Hi all, back again today. I was coming here for a quick one, as it will be. The Divine's got me here longer than I wanted to be, but anyhow, we'll see what happens if I have to pause it and come back. Well, and I have to do that. Okay, this was a very moving message that was coming through today. The channeled message, and also the messages that came through afterwards with the pre-shuffle and that. A lot of these messages were about love, war, knowledge, power, understanding, peace and understanding, and checking yourself, checking in with yourself and knowing, what legacy are you going to leave for the collective? What legacy are you going to leave for your family, for your home, for your community, thinking about those things. So they were very prominent in this message. Okay, but the first thing to come through was quick movement, flash. So when I was tuning in, I was getting flashes coming through. So, quick movement, flashing in and out, quickly gone. And then I got gone forever and yet to be seen. So, so maybe you think that something's gone forever, but maybe it is yet to be seen. You never know, or whatever. But there was a big thing about to believing, to achieving sort of thing. Believing what, that manifestation thing. What you believe is what is your reality. You manifest your reality. And then, oh, happy days came through again. This love is gone back to life in the usual way. Open up to God, open up to God. Like we have before. No longer to be afraid. Open up and open up to the joy coming forward to bring in the light of the ancestors. Hear ye, hear ye. We are all here to come together in the joy of the divine presence. Okay, so you're coming back to life, it feels like, and that you're opening up to the joy and moving forward, and your ancestors and the divine are helping you to do this. Some men you just can't reach. People get what they want. You may not like it, but it is what it is. So it's accepting other people's choices, and knowing that if somebody wants to go down that path, you can't do anything about it. You've got to let it go, and let them live their life and learn the lessons that they need to learn. You can only free yourself from the binds of others. You can't free others from the binds that tie them. Then the Civil War song came in to me. So the words I got was failure to communicate from the song Civil War by Guns N' Roses. So have a look at that. That may enlighten you, may make you think. So that was talking about unrest, talking about the war, and human rights and scars and willing, killing the mind came through, numb, doubt, climbing the ladder, remember the poor, civil. What is civil? What maybe it's, you need to think about that. What does it mean to be civil? Tom Hanks or Tom, I actually got Tom, may be significant, so maybe that's your name, maybe that's somebody else's name. Prominent days, so yeah, that come out after the Civil War thing. So anywhere the mind blows doesn't really matter to me, that came through as well. So maybe the mind not mattering, or maybe the perceptions of the mind, or maybe somebody not paying attention to what's going on around them, not wanting to hear, not wanting to listen, not wanting to have faith and be rewarded. So faith is rewarded for those who seek to comfort the sick and protect the poor. People have been dying in wars that prevent the movement of the sick to heal and grow as the fear grows stronger and the words grow quieter. People retreat and let the world pass them by before ever trying to grow or learn from these wars. So they were pretty much saying, people see these wars go by, they, it's sad or whatever, but they don't do anything about it. No one's doing anything about it. No one's, taking a stand. No one, you know what I mean? They're talking about that. They are just, and no one's learning, no one's growing from these wars. They are just a faded memory of a day's past, the souls that have been affected in the living. So it's not the souls that actually affected, it's living, have moved onto a path of hatred, greed, and lust of the dollar, and forgotten what we are fighting for. Forgotten about peace, happiness, charity, love, forgiveness, tenderness, and the killing fields of the open wallets. Money, they're talking about money, the root of all evil, all the uses of the monetary system to cause pain, anguish, separation, greed, insatiable thirst of material items, and a longingness that never suffices one's inner valor. Talking about society and how society has made us forget, has made people turn hard instead of focusing on peace and happiness and charity and love and forgiveness and all that. They're focusing on the dollar, focusing on greed, and like this is coming from way up high. People are being drawn into forgetting, in a second it's gone, forgetting these things of the past, and focusing on, becoming robots is what I want to say, but, not focusing on learning from these instances in the past, in history, and moving forward to trying to create a better, sustainable, forgiving, loving society, but just doing the same things over and over again with greed and lust for the dollar. When monetary things, like when it's just energy, and that's not what we're here for. We're not here about the money. Okay, so trying to get back to my place. Love is lost on the words not spoken, the truth being hidden behind the lights of manipulation over the doubt, suffering, fears, manipulation of what it is we require, what we need, what is good or bad. The confusion is plastered in the faces of the people who we are told to look up to, told how to eat, how to live, how to suffer, how to work, how to listen, how to breathe, how to sing, how to dance, and how to just be. Justice is on the lips of the devil and not in the minds of the soul. So talking about also giving over our power to the men that be, to celebrities, to people in power, who teach us how not to live of the soul, how not to be of the divine, how not to be happy, but be peaceful, be forgiving, teaching us how to be robots, pretty much. How that we must do this to live by the rules, we must do this, we must do that, we must do that, and not living by universal rule. Sorry, I just got to get a drink of water. Okay, and then came through. Today is the day to get up, get off the couch and make a difference, one step at a time. Change yourself and you will change others, which in turn will change the world. Love others who struggle to see the light on the path and show them the way by being the light in the darkness, the forgiveness, the love, the charity, the peace. Treat that they seek. So, teaching others, showing them the way, not telling them the way, showing them how. So leading by example, showing them the way, treating them like no others have treated them, maybe, with kindness, with love, with forgiveness, with peace, bringing them peace. Bring light into your life and then send it out with love and adulation of others' plights to move forward towards the great offering of love. Helping others towards their path forward, helping others that want to make a difference, that want to move forward. Then the 10th house came through, so acknowledgements and status. Think about, and this is where the thing come through about, think about where you are going and why you are going there. What legacy do you wish to leave for others and for others to follow you? Is it love? Unconditional love. So a lot of this was talking about unconditional love. Love of the self first and foremost also came through. The word Jimmy came through as well. So whether a Jimmy, you are a Jimmy, or Jimmy significant. Okay, desolate. Okay, so yeah, unconditional love. So I'll talk about it more. It's going to go into the depths of different types of unconditional love. But yeah, so then desolate lands came through. This is when I started to pull out the cards. So I got desolate lands, and then the words the regrowth project came through. So I don't know if some of you are involved with that regrowing, like in desolate lands, they're trying to regrow, like have a regrowth project. I don't know if it's in Africa where it is, but it's in some where the human factor has desolated the lands of growth and everything, and they're trying to bring in new plants and products to help get the earth back, to help replenish the earth. So maybe you're involved with that. North node or orientation of north may be significant for someone. And then the song came through of up, 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 can only go up from here, from Shania Twain. So maybe, and then I've got finding a way to communicate, not confront. So maybe you're learning to communicate in a more beneficial way, not confronting, not holding people accountable, sort of thing. Like, more guided communication or loving communication than judgmental communication, maybe. Okay, and then talked about starting in your own backyard, changing, starting in your own backyard, fixing self or working on self before you can make a difference with others. We can all make a difference. Home is where it starts. Dive within and seek the answers to move ahead with love and pride for what it is that you have achieved, and move forward knowing you can and will make a difference on this. So, on this planet, sorry. So knowing that you can make a difference on the planet, but first you need to make a difference in yourself to then help, so seek the answers, go within, and take pride in what you've already achieved. So reflection is coming through here. So reflecting on how far you've come and what you've already achieved, and knowing that you have made a difference and you will make a difference. The night sky will blossom with the dew of jasmine's bouquet. So maybe jasmine, the plant's significant. Maybe you're shining like a star. Jasmine I think is white too, so maybe, yeah, you're shining and blossoming right now, blooming for everyone to see. The structure you have built will stand the tests of time. Your illumination of the way forward is just and right. So the divine sees you and sees that you, the things you're doing are just and right. Like, you're doing with love and compassion, I'm assuming. Seek comfort in this. On the path to righteousness, happiness will be found. So you standing up for the rights of other people and things like that will bring happiness. You will help create heaven on earth for others. You are already doing this. Things must fall before they can be rewritten. So there was a lot about rewriting your story, rewriting history, so maybe there's a tower falling in your life right now, but it's only falling so you can rewrite your story, so you can live a better life. You can step into your higher calling, your destiny, because destiny did come out down here. I don't know if you can see my destiny, little note. Things must, okay. The story is being rewritten in time. The lost valley of the kings hold the secret to the knowledge of the gods. One must endeavour to seek the unveiling of one's truest destiny. You have to take that how it resonates. Maybe they're going to find secret knowledge from the gods in the hidden valley, in Egypt. Or maybe the unveiling of your destiny is in knowledge that you will find in the Valley of the Kings. Take that however that resonates for you. Death foreboding the rebirth. So it looks like there's a death and a rebirth. So the death can be many things. It doesn't have to be a literal death. It can be the ending of a relationship, the ending of a mindset, of a belief, of your life. It looks like as you're rewriting your life sort of thing, the ending of one chapter and the starting of a new chapter. Sun God Ra beckons those who wish to help to bring light to the darkness. One must mirror what it is they are in totality. The image staring back at one will portray what is hidden beneath the surface of one's soul. So maybe looking deep within to find what is hidden, and knowing that's what you need to work on, digging deep to find out what your soul is mirroring back to you. Maybe you're going back into the darkness again to find the light again, healing traumas and toxicity and things like that. Badges came through, that was significant as well as like police badges, military badges, and then also trucks, military trucks coming through. Earth moving, displacement of the earth is what I heard. So that may be significant to somebody. Maybe you're in earth moving, maybe you work in the Matilda, maybe Matilda's a significant name. The police force or the military. Past, you were uncertain, scared. So in the past, okay, when I saw a regression of the cards, in the past, it looks like you didn't want to move forward. You were uncertain of the way forward. You didn't know which way to move. It was giving uncertainty. You were scared and didn't know which way to go. But you were able to see a way forward and change and move into, let something go. I got that you had to let something go to move into change and growth and expansion. So you changed, you grew, and you expanded. You become the stag. You were once the deer, but you moved into the stag, being a powerful, loving, courageous, and gifted person. And there was something about your birthday or the birthday. So maybe someone has given birth today. Maybe today is going to be the day that you birthed your child. May Taurus also came about love, gratitude for this new birth. So it could even be your new birth starts today, the birth of the new self, the rebirth. Also quads came through, 2 groups of 4 came through, 2 identical and 2 paternal, innocence, joy, happiness. I don't know if anyone's having quads, but okay. And also later on it was 2 girls as well. So maybe there's 2 girls and a girl and a boy or something. take it however it suits your story. Or even if if you're not having twins or something, it could be that there's two pairs, two couples that are around you. A star is born, spring, family bonds, togetherness came through, maternal instincts, the protection, warning for others to stay back, big warning that this star child is protected, whether that's you or this new birth that's coming through, highly protected by God and by the angels, or by two protectors. So it could be your ancestors or whatever, as well as God, the divine. Or maybe you are the person highly protecting these children. Okay, so two protectors plus the divine. Yeah, okay. So the transforming the air. So is what came through. So air I got it as air signs. So Libra, Gemini, and I don't know what the other one is, but you have to look that up. New beginnings with them. Trust, stability, brings joy and love to a situation. So so I got it as a new beginning with a Libra, a Gemini, or sorry, I can't remember the other star sign. That's an air sign. And trust, stability. So trust within the relationship and the stability of the relationship will bring joy and love to the situation. Creating a positive and happy, don't know why I'm saying happy, warm environment together. Love starting to bloom, small sparks starting within their heart. So whoever had their heart shut off, I think that it's starting to spark again. Or maybe this romance, this new passion is starting to spark up again. Be aware that you or another are not filling the space with others. So just be careful that that heart space that is meant for another is not being fulfilled by the wrong person, pretty much, I think. Unfulfilled desire and passion for solid, steady love. Okay, so maybe not fulfilling. So maybe there's an unfulfilled desire and passion within you too, and yes, solid, steady love. True motives. And I wrote true motives for the whole reading, but also, look at the true motives behind what you're doing in love and in this new beginning and stuff. Reflect on why you're doing what you're doing at the moment. And I just might pause it for now. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so I'll keep on going. So, believe in the fairy tale and make it real. A gift may be significant. Wrapped with a bow. So, there is still time to rewrite your story. Have faith and believe. So, okay, a message coming through a lot about belief, believing in yourself, believing in the fairy tale, believing you have the ability to make it real, or so maybe even the divine giving you a gift wrapped with a bow, so it's wrapped especially for you. It's especially for you, this gift, or maybe somebody is giving you a gift with a bow. But the bow's significant for some reason. So unity, I think of bow, unity, like tying it together, bringing it all together. The cream on the cream of the crop, the icing on the top. So that sort of message coming through. So this is maybe the cherry on top. Renewed faith in love, slowly and steady. Gifts of affection, small parcels to show love. So whether that's you giving this or you needing to give this or somebody else giving this to you. So just small parcels of love. Significant signs of love, like showing deep thought and affection. Red roses may be significant. Maybe you're going to be receiving red roses. Maybe red roses are significant to you. but it's got red roses to make the heart bloom. So red's passion as well. So maybe this new passion, this renewed passion, is making your heart bloom. Standing the spans of time, dancing with life, strong bonds, passionate new beginning. Okay, so this new beginning is spanning time, and creating you to dance with life. You know, going with the flow with life. Puffer jackets might be significant for you. Colourful puffer jackets, that's what I saw. It wasn't a puffer jacket, but that gave me that, like it was a hot air balloon, but the material made me think of those big puffer jackets that, was it in the 80s, 90s, I think they wore them. Anyhow, they still do wear them now. Maybe it was just coming through those new, not Kathmandu, Macpac or jackets, that may be significant too. Dehydration, staying dehydrated. Also, there may be, you know, an emotional flow right now, grief, loss, and overflow. So just be prepared, stay hydrated, but it's more, you know, that a release is working together as one, in a group of three. A birth canal. Okay, so these messages from here all go together, sort of thing. So I got birth canal, but I also got, you know, paid to birth a new idea or paid for a child. For the womb or paid for the womb. So that makes me think of surrogacy. So maybe you have been a surrogate for another couple and you're paid for this, maybe. And maybe the child died, because I've got death and funeral and then mirror magic. So whether mirror magic was done, or there's something about mirrors, smoke and mirrors. Maybe someone was discrepancy, distrust, you know, so around this situation. Prayer is highly significant, highly significant, as well as meditation. Spell work, angels working together to assist this. So assist this prayer or assist this spell work. Maybe it was good spell work. Maybe the mirror magic was for fertility, romance, and balance. Mandala beads may be significant, or tiger's eye, and the waters of Avalon came through as well. Throat activation, maybe you're going through a throat activation this time, which is causing a ripple effect in your life. Calling on the heavens. Calling on the heavens. So maybe you're praying, you're calling on the heavens at this time, or maybe you need to call on the heavens to help you release and let go, and which will then create your sensuality to flow, your solar plexus to flow freely. And then we've got crown and heart, synchronicity, activation, release. So I got that there was an unblocking and a release of the crown, especially heart chakra, but working in sync with one another. So with this unblocking of the heart chakra is maybe activating your crown chakra. I got 2 pregnancies and 1 birth. So that may refer back to up here with the death, maybe the funeral with the child, the surrogacy issue. Maybe there was 2 pregnancies, but 1 child died maybe. But there's a protective circle around both. Oh, actually, sorry. There was 2 pregnant women, and I got 1 birth from that. But I was told I noticed there was a protective circle around both. And and respect, compassion and kindness come through with that as well, and the colour pink. So this child may be a girl, but then I got 2 females and pink. So there may be two groups of 2, and I got quads somewhere. Is that down here as well? So there may be 4 children, 2 females and two, so 2 groups of 2s, 2 females. So the other 2 may be, so you may have, it could even be 2 women with twins and all the quads, twins and paternal twins. So I don't really know how that works with the 4, whether you can have 2 twins and then 2 paternal, like 2 brother and sister or whatever. But that was coming through. Or it could even be like these 2 new beginnings. And the names Grace and Joy came through. But these children, or this child that's birthing this new beginning, is very important, very sacred to the divine. 2 in spirit and 1 in life. Oh, okay, so I also got a child with 2 identical siblings, but 1 in spirit and 1 in life and 2 in spirit, sort of thing. That's how it came through. Take that how it resonates. Maybe you're older and you've lost 2 of your siblings, or and you're a triplet. I don't know. 2 sides of the same coin came through. Greater love. And then I also got a reference to the LGBTQ, or sorry, I don't know. I apologize for my ignorance with that, if that's not how you say it. But with rainbows, pride, and Leo coming through very strong. Thing to that. Then I wrote down again, peace and understanding, mother's love for 2. 2 in the hand is worth 5 in the bush. I don't know if that's the exact saying, but that came through. So it sounds like, so these 2 things, these 2 new beginnings, these 2 children are worth 5 in the bush, are so significant, I suppose you would say. Moon cycles are significant. Embracing love of the innocence, by be embraced by love, pure, innocent, unbridled love. Being proud of who you are. We are all God's children, all deserving of love, true virtue. Be compassionate with your wisdom. Look at it from a different angle. And when I went to write angle, it had angel. So maybe angelic perception of love. Oh, okay, so they were saying, look at it from an angel's perspective. The angle, the angel, that was that. See what is right in front of you. A child wanting to be loved for who they are, just them in any colour. So it's definitely talking about like that child wanting love. Maybe that child is a child that is part of the LGBTQ sector, like, or is or like, I felt when I was writing this, I felt like somebody was being judged, or that whether you're judging or not judging, that this child or this person is believing that they are being judged for their colour, or for their race, or for their sexual orientation, or for a way that they live or love. So it's definitely talking about, being, for that person to, if that's you, the person that feels like they're not love, which you are. You're always loved. And, you know, God loves all his children regardless. And that, you know, and you're all deserving of love. Like, even if it's a love thing, like if you feel that you're not deserving of love, like as a child, that, you know, maybe this is root work that you need to do, because as a child that you saw that you weren't good enough to be loved, or this was portrayed to you as a child, knowing that you are worthy of love, you know. And, you know, if you are a parent, just taking these things into consideration too. Are you loving your child fully for who they are, not what you perceive them to be or want them to be? You know, it's got here like, see what is right in front of you. You know, a child wanting to be loved, that's all they want. They just want to be loved. They want to be noticed. They want to be accepted. They want to, you know, be able to express themselves, like us as adults as well, you know. And then equality, connection and love came through, you know, balance out the situation, being called to create peace, understanding and harmony. So that's what you're being called to create in this situation. And I send out great love to anyone that is going through this situation, parent or child, or person, you know. Create love, not war. Big message across the whole channeled messages. Another brick in the wall came through that song. Just another brick in the wall. So I got separation of the masses, teachers' effects on children, education system, the rules of separation. The Matrix Reloaded came through. Enforcement, stunting growth, knowledge, power, and 1979, that song was brought out, which is actually the year I was born, so that's significant for me. But maybe you have children in school, maybe the teachers affected you in school, maybe they created a separation, whether it's from your parents, from God, from some sort of separation. So going back to this message, like they were talking about, you know, the education system is creating a separation of who we're meant to be, and creating this matrix system. This they're already implementing the programming that sees us as adults struggle with. You know, kids are taught they have to be smart, they have to do this, they have to do that, they have to do these things. Not that, you know, it doesn't matter what you do, you're still going to be loved. You know, it's that thing as well, that dogma that you must be this and you must be that. So yeah, those messages I thought were really lovely today. And now we will get on to seeing if the Divine has anything else to say today. What you need to know right now. Okay, so advancement. You are the star. You're advancing right now. Your eyes are wide open. You're seeing things clearly. Then we have 8 of Trees skill. You have the skills to move forward. Work with these skills, refine these skills, illuminate these skills, branch out your skills. So whether it's bringing more skills in or refining them, increasing those skills, like expanding them. Love, I also get a love heart in this card. Very hard to see, but do you see there? There's a love heart in the trees. So using your skills for love, maybe showing love. These skills are given to you with love. Take whichever one resonates for you. I get an emotional release again too with this card, this advancement. So maybe this advancement is coming after you release, or you have released an emotional blockage. We did talk about that, the heart chakra blockage being released, which is assisting your crown. And that looks, where that star is sort of where your heart would be, I think, as well. It is close to the throat, but I'm getting heart. Third eye is lit. There's 3 stars on her face too, so I just got maybe 3 imperfections. Maybe you have 3 imperfections on your face, or the 3s are significant in some way. There's 3 stars. Maybe you're one of 3 stars, which has came through as well, and it's been coming through a while actually in the cards. I'm getting from this card too, the third eye in this card as well. Again, I am also getting shrouded. You're shrouded in mystery, shrouded in love, shrouded in protection, growth, harmony, guidance. It's a guidance card. It's a teacher card. So teachers may be significant. Maybe you're a teacher, or maybe you're here to teach and guide people to a better way, or forward on a better course towards their skills, maybe even with that skills card there. We also have choices. It looks to me choices in love, and the star hope. You know, with these choices coming in, maybe you need to know that you are the star and have hope, and you know, and believe in yourself, and know that you can move forward with these choices, and that you can trust yourself to choose the right way forward. So it's 7 of hearts. 7s to me mean lucky as well. So, and we have change and luck, and then we have 8 in prosperity. So change, luck, prosperity, enlightenment, focus. Okay. Ace of Angels, wisdom. You know, you are wise. You have the wisdom to, with this new beginning, you know, you have the wisdom to see this through, or you will have. Your wisdom is growing brighter and brighter every day. Your heart chakra and your crown is lit. Is there anything else we need to hear from here? Okay. Shadow, you might be working on your shadow right now. Maybe working on fears that you've had from childhood, because we've been talking about childhood a lot. Custodians, the Knight of Trees. Meditation, so I'm talking about meditation. Illusions with the moon. And 5 of Hearts, sorrow. So maybe there's illusions around, maybe these fears are creating illusions. And sorrow. I'm getting sort of thing, digging, so working with the root chakra to dissipate these fears and release illusions around what it is that is creating sorrow. So when you dive deep into your root chakra and do the healing around whatever childhood fears that you have, that are stopping you from, what is fear creating? What, mother issues. Empress. Okay, so it may be stopping you in knowing that you are the Empress, in you stepping in your power, in self-love. You know, self-love, huge thing I get from here. Like, there's 3 butterflies as well in this card, 3 stars here. So 3s may be significant, like, and then we have 1, 2, 3, like 3 symbols there, the hearts and the star. 3 people on this card. 3 Empress. Maybe it is even 3 people that are creating these issues for you, or have created issues for you around fear, or you're fearful of 3 people, or there's 3 key factors that you need to work on with your fear, with this sorrow that brings sorrow, or sorrow has created the fear. So like losing a loved one or something has created you to fear those experiences, or fear opening up your heart. Okay, so maybe it's got to do with that. You know, the fear of loss has stopped you from opening your heart to this, you know, this new endeavor, to loving yourself, to being the best version of yourself that you can be. And then we have meditation. So definitely, you know, meditate on this to help heal these fears, or bring them to the forefront for this release and this let go and this advancement. On the split, it was also dreamer. So, you know, so this may help you bring in your dreams, to open yourself up to peace, to the new beginnings, give you clarity around a situation, and harmony, which was sticking out. And know that Archangel Michael is with you. I get this from this card, the warrior card, that you are the warrior as well, that you know, you can get through this. You know, there's been several instances before where you have moved forward from sorrow and heartache, and move forward. There's other things that you have healed in your past as well. It's just sort of like it feels like the last hurdle, getting past this before you can step into being the star. You know, I'll see what the Unity Oracle has to tell us today. Prayer circle. All life is inherently sacred. You know, this comes back to the love again, you know, with the love of the child not being accepted, not being so maybe as a child you weren't accepted for who you are, for your skills, your gifts, and they were suppressed, or even components. Maybe it's these 3 components of yourself that haven't been, you know, you were told, you know, be quiet, you know, you want to be seen and not heard. You know, those kind of things may have created you to think that your life is not, you know, that your colours are not to be seen, sort of thing, that you know, that you're not sacred, when in reality you are, you know. I'm just looking at this now because there's an 8 and this prayer circle, circles of protection, praying to help guide you through this situation, maybe knowing that you are abundant in so many ways, like you're, you know, seeing the beauty in yourself, seeing all the different aspects as yourself as beautiful. You know, this that came out in the pre-shuffle, the pride card, you know, the standing brave, courageous, loving oneself, loving yourself for all the different shades and colours of yourself, you know, looking at your situation from a different angle, seeing somebody else from a different angle, seeing seeing the beauty that is them, their entirety, not seeing their downfalls maybe. Shift of perspective, you know, shifting your perspective to see things differently, even maybe to see this fear differently, this childhood trauma. And under that we have 50, the golden thread, let go of judgments of others and of self. So if you're judging yourself, let go of the judgments of self. And if you're judging others, let go of those judgments. Know that we are all created equal. We are all loved by the divine. And we all enjoy, and we all deserve to receive our happiness. Anything else from this? Okay, bubble, 18. We have circle in our bubble and thread. Thread will also get, you know, cut the cords to past judgments. Cut the cords to, past judgments. Take the time to rest, bubble. You know, rest, work through these traumas, work through these fears. Work on self-love. Work on, you know, pray what you need to let go of to move forward. Pray on what you need to see from a different perspective, taking the time to see things from a different perspective. I also see this as protecting yourself, putting a bubble of light around yourself, angelic, maybe taking a relaxing day, listening to songs that you like that bring joy and happiness into your life. Getting out in nature, taking a salt bath, a spiritual bath, so with herbs and oils, and just loving oneself, self-care, self-love, praying over these choices that need to be made, knowing that the divine is strengthening your reserve and strengthening your ability to communicate, and refine your skills so you can guide and teach others well. I also get fire here too from the heart and crown as well again. So definitely illuminating those right now. Okay, and on the bottom, celebration. Celebrate the pleasure. Celebrate the pleasures of embodiment on earth. So celebrate yourself, you know, for all, sorry, drink. For all of who you are, the light and the dark, the shadow side. Celebrate how far you've come, the wisdom that you've gained along your path, you know. Revel in the joy of love of self, love of others, you know. Laugh. You know, laughter is the best medicine, so they say. Okay. Bounteous. Generously given relationships coming together. Okay, so we have two people to come in together. We have two hummingbirds here, which it looks like, and they, to me, mean optimism. So just being optimistic about this relationship, or these relationships, this coming together. Bring, clarity is coming, or seeing things clearly, expressing yourself clearly. Emotional conversation. So speaking your emotional truth. Do you know what I mean? Speaking from the heart, sorry, is what I'm meant to be saying. Giving love generously. Okay, and that card was bounteous. Into the unknown, underworld, depth, courage, facing your fears. So definitely we have a need to face fears, diving deep within, having the courage to face the fears, and enjoying, maybe trying to enjoy it, because she's enjoying that dive into the depth. Maybe focusing on the positives, focusing on, with facing these fears, I am going to come out more courageous, more wise, more healed, more happy, more enlightened, more skilled. Into the unknown. Also, maybe after this deep inner dive into your fears, you will come out anew, refreshed, rebirthed, into like a new cycle, into a new timeline. Isle of Avalon. So there's definitely something about Avalon. Healing, returning to wholeness and transformation. Okay, so with this, facing the fears, digging deep, you're going to heal and return to wholeness. You're going to come back to self, and you'll be transformed and feeling loved and graceful and, whole. And I see it as a very long journey that you've been on. And there's a hand, to me it looks like a hand of an offering there too. So on this side. So there, so maybe there's going to be gifts and rewards that come with this healing that you're doing for this transformation. Love. It looks like love, purity, innocence, joy, calmness, inner calm, inner peace, emotional stability. The waters on this card are calm. So, is there anything else? Oh, okay, that's up. Okay. And that's the card I saw in the pre-shuffle about the birthing. I see it differently now, like the birthing of money, like the birthing this new beginning is going to bring in material gain. Birthing this new you, this rebirth. Gifts given to you, I see that as well. But this card is the well maidens, kindness, respect, reverence, and compassion. And I think this is self, having compassion for yourself, respecting yourself, loving yourself fully and wholly for, your shadow side and your light side, like loving all parts of you, balancing light and dark. Healing, healing, healing. I get healing heaps, like healing hands. Using those healing hands. So if you're a Reiki master or a Reiki therapist, to use those hands for good, using you know, for self, you know. The well maidens. You're a well of inspiration, I got then from that. Making waves, momentum is building, it's your time, achievement. So the energy is building, it is your time. You are making waves, people are noticing you stepping into this new, I saw a spider then, stepping into this new you, new healed you, powerful you. Stepping, it's sort of like stepping into heaven. So maybe that's what you're doing. You're bringing heaven to earth. You're stepping into your heaven. This, you know, with this rebirth, with this healing of fears, you're going to be stepping into your achievement, into your success, into your happiness, your joy, your heaven on earth. The mistrust your inner compass, be led from within. Pay attention to signs and synchronicities. Follow your intuition. Follow where you're guided to. Follow your heart. And we have metamorphosis. Embrace transformation. Things are now different. So you may have already gone through this fear transformation, or maybe they're calling you to go through that so you can step forward into this new time that you're in. To making those decisions to move forward with this new time frame. And then we have on the bottom, sacred well, replenishment, self-care, given from a place of plenty. So nurturing yourself, taking care of the one who takes care of others. And mirrors, see there's a mirror again in this photo. Mirrors are significant, or maybe you know how it talked about before about mirroring back to you what you are giving out, or how you perceive yourself. It's not always so somebody could be mirroring you. So the what you see in others is a reflection of what you see in yourself, or what you need to work on, maybe. There's an M up the top there, like McDonald's. So an M may be significant. Maybe that's a letter in your name or somebody else's name. Vines, flowers may be significant. Portal to your soul. Reflecting love back to yourself. Okay, so maybe what this mirroring is talking about is mirroring back to yourself what you would do for others. So I see that you probably care for your children, you care for others, you don't have to have children, but care, you care for everybody else, and you look after everybody else's needs. Now it's time to look after yourself, to mirror back to yourself what you give out to others. Oh, why did I do that? Anyhow. Okay, these are Sweet Love Tea cards. I can't say that word, sorry. Ephemeral, is that right? Having a brief affair or a rocky relationship, short term, having fun. I think just take that as the short term, having fun. Getting by water, taking a bath, as we said, a spiritual bath. Getting your feet into the dirt, grounding yourself. Emotional release. Oh, okay. Golden cage. Escaping worth, new path. Break free from stress and toxic relationships. So it seems like that's what you're doing right now. You're breaking free from stress and toxic relationships, or you need to. So maybe the self-love will help you to break free from this stress. Maybe it's a stress brought on by self, but it also could be, it's got new path here as well, escaping from your fears and stepping into your new path. Birds I see as communication as well, so communicating your worth, knowing your worth, to step onto this new path. Challenges that create space between you, distance, long haul, out of touch. You have, I'm getting from this card, you have been on a long journey and have been through many tests, trials, tribulations, many emotional heartbreaks, many maybe toxic people in your past, many challenges that have brought you this far. You know, you've gone the distance. Follow your destiny and love what's meant to be, and a love that's meant to be. It may be so you've gone the distance to bring in this self-love, a love that's meant to be, a soulmate, twin flame, a divine match. So maybe the love of self is actually bringing in this divine match, whether it's a twin flame, a soulmate, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just a divine match, you know. But this match can also be self-love, like with the divine or with self, you know, coming into balance with oneself, you know, following your destiny, a love that's meant to be, a love of self, a divine love maybe, a destined love, you know. Take it however it resonates for you. Anything else? Set yourself free, I get from this one. Break free of the cage around your heart. Too many. Another breaking free. And protection. Freedom, independence, self-care, sanctuary. Yeah, so loving oneself at this time, you know, creating a sanctuary where you can go off and you can love yourself, take care of yourself, have your own space, to be independent and free. Okay, and then on the bottom, fluttering heart, sweet, fleeting future. Enjoy the romance and decide if you want more. So maybe there is a divine match coming through. A birthday come through too, actually, in the reading about, you know, you being reborn. This is your new day. So I still get it about self as well. It can be about a partnership coming in with this new love of self, or this new love coming in just using your own discernment, about whether, you know, taking it slow and seeing if this is what's best for you before you move forward. But this is your new day. It's a new day. Build a strong foundation with combined effort. Okay. This is going all sorts of love. I think this is just love in general. Love for self, love for others, love for your children, love for your partner, you know, this divine match coming through, this freedom, maybe you do feel trapped in this relationship, It's been challenging, but it's gone the distance, and and you're now finding a way to love yourself and break free of the chains that bound your heart, so you can open up to receiving love again, for your heart to be free, your heart to be healed finally, so you can move into a divine match and a sturdy, supporting, loving relationship, one free of toxicity. And then we have growth. So you definitely have grown over time. 44 is a divine support too. You have grown through these challenges, and growing into the person that you want to be, into a healed, space. Passage. A lot of red too coming out. The red is the root chakra, so that fears again, healing the root chakra. Passage, your standing stone, so you're walking into your highest timeline, maybe not high. I said highest. Into a higher timeline. Standing stones. Passage to love, passage to growth, passage to another you, another way of being, another time, another space, another love, a love of self. Earth spirit stability, and there's 2 swans down here too. So, and they pair for life, swans. Well, a lot of birds do, I've found out lately. So, I get groundedness from this card. It is the stability card. Being grounded, transforming, feeling secure in yourself too. I'm getting that as well. Like you're starting to feel strong, powerful, grounded in self, grounded in who you are, where you're going, what you want to be. It also gives me the call to play more, to have more fun, to connect with Mother Gaia. And enlightenment. I see this as the trophy, as the not end point of your life, but you finally reached the end. You'll get there. You're there. That, and her heart chakra is standing out to me. It's glowing green. So, you've reached heart. Healing the heart, being able to love again, being open to love again. Opening the doorway to your heart, to receiving love. That's card 19, which is a 10. So completion, endings, new beginnings. You know what I mean? Like you've reached the line. What is it called? You've reached the end of a long journey, a long passage, a long toxic, karmic cycle. And achieved independence, protection, love, stability, growth, and the ability to have a divine match, a divine love. Okay, I'm not getting anything else from there. Change, which is going to bring in change in so many different ways. And the best one is love and peace of self, contentment, stability, groundedness, emotional maturity. Okay. All right, so we have magnetic South Pole. It is acceptable not to know. Mystery is part of life. Acceptance allows me to begin to grow. So accepting yourself for who you are, accepting your fears, accepting the work that you've done, accepting what still needs to be done, accepting that we, we will always have healing to do. We will always be growing, and things will always be a mystery. But that's the part of the fun of life, knowing that you've reached, you've conquered the mountain, but there may be more mountains to come. But for now, realizing that yes, you yourself conquered this mountain. You are magnetic, you are vibrant, you are radiant, you are cool as a cucumber. I got so I don't know if you can see in these clouds, so they're like storms are dissipating. You're leaving chaos behind, you're leaving drama behind, you're leaving victim mentality behind, and coming forth into the calm waters. Anything else? Okay, and I'll leave it there, I think, because I'll see what's on the... this card come out in the pre-shuffle. It's so beautiful, this card. So yeah, you've got to the point where you're blossoming. You're radiating love, kindness, compassion, and you have the courage to live your heaven on earth. We were talking about heaven on earth. As above, so below. I am aware that sometimes things must fall apart to be reborn as I would wish. So, talking about the cycle that you have gone through, and maybe that is occurring right now, that something is falling apart to be reborn. You have fallen apart. You have broken apart. To be reborn whole. Where did it say that? I don't know where it said that, sorry. But, putting yourself together after going through so many challenges and that, and being reborn and shining like the sun. This is you shining like the sun. Okay, and I will leave it there. I hope this brought you some clarity. I hope you enjoyed the channeled message as much as I did, and I hope you work on these fears if there's still something that you have worked on. If it's thing that you and congratulations if you have worked on your shadow side, on your fears, and you've come out a better person. Congratulations for that. And I wish you luck on this new enlightened cycle that you're now getting in through. Congratulations for passing this toxic phase in your life, for growing through the karma and being the sacred vessel that you are. And I will leave there. See you later. Bye.